Let's make some vegan kimchi. Take a medium-sized nappa cabbage, cut off the bottom, separate all the leaves, stack them up, cut each stack in half lengthways, and then into bite-sized pieces. You want about 8 to 10 cups in total. Get a nice big bowl and 1/3 of a cup of sea salt that is not iodized. Iodized salt will kill the beneficial probiotic bacteria that we need for fermentation. Put 1/3 of the cabbage into the bowl, sprinkle it with 1/3 of the salt, and repeat. Cover it with a clean tea towel and let it sit for 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes, uncover it, stir it up, and let it sit for another 30 minutes covered. And then repeat the process. Do that one more time. After about 2 hours, rinse it several times in cold water. In a small pot, whisk together 1/3 of a cup of water and 1 teaspoon of glutinous rice powder or arrowroot starch. Put this over high heat and whisk it until it thickens. In a food processor or a blender, add the cooled starch mixture, 3 to 5 cloves of raw garlic, 3 to 5 chopped red chilies, 1 small onion roughly chopped, half a cup of peeled and chopped daikon radish, 1/4 cup of Korean coarse red pepper powder. This is a really important ingredient to make it taste like kimchi. You can find it at Korean grocery stores. 2 tablespoons of tamari or gluten-free soy sauce, 1 to 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh ginger, and 1 teaspoon of sea salt that's not iodized. And blend it up. With really clean hands or using gloves, wring out any excess moisture from the cabbage and transfer to a clean bowl. Add the chili mixture, and then about 3 to 5 green onions that have been sliced in half lengthways and chopped into 1-inch pieces. And mix it up. And transfer it into a 4-cup mason jar. A canning funnel helps. Use the back of a wooden spoon to really pack it into the jar nice and tight. Get rid of as many air bubbles as possible, and make sure you leave about 1 inch at the top so it doesn't overflow when it starts fermenting. Cover it loosely with a lid, just don't tighten it all the way because it's gonna have some pressure built up as it ferments. Let it sit for 2 to 3 days at room temperature. You can taste it every once in a while just to see how it is, and you'll start to see little bubbles forming as it ferments. Once it's done, keep it in the fridge for weeks and enjoy it with whatever you want. Homemade kimchi is actually much easier than you think. It comes together pretty quickly other than waiting for the cabbage to get salted. Most of it is full of fish sauce, but this one is fully vegan and equally as delicious.